All right, so I'm Ashley Coleman. I'm from Hackcon State, and I've spent the last 3 years organizing this event. One of the big things we've focused on is high schoolers, and also you've probably seen me around cooking up mad spaghetti code at your various hackathons. So there's a two-sided approach to hosting a high school hackathon. There's the legal considerations and the logistics. I'm going to go ahead and start with legal considerations. So first, I just want to take a moment to say, I'm not a lawyer and this isn't legal advice. So the first thing you need to do is write good forms. So how do you write good forms? Well, a good form has a number of things. It's going to, you're going to have a point to say, hey, if the competitor competes, it's on them for anything that happens. You want to have information on insurance, whether you do or don't provide it. You want to then you're going to want to have a statement protecting the venue, the organizers, people, basically anybody working at your event and acting within their duties. And then finally, have parent contact information on there so that you can get a hold of the parents if there's any things. And there may be local and state laws depending on your state. So speaking of state laws, it's very important that you check out your state legislature website. This is Kansas's state legislature website. But basically, if you check that out, they'll have information there for who you can contact and any questions you might have. So once you have your form filled out, you need to get it approved. I'd recommend talking to your administration's retained lawyer if they have one or if they're willing to let you use that. If not, then you should consider hiring your own. So, protecting your event. Insurance. While Hackcon State chose not to pursue insurance for their event, specifically for high school hackers, it's an important consideration. I would recommend talking with your team, the other hackers here, your administration, to see if having insurance specifically for the high school hackers is something you want to pursue. I've listed the pros and cons up here, but they're pretty much the same as just getting general insurance. So, logistics. You have the forms filled out, you have everything approved. How do you get the high school hackers to your event, and once they're there, what do you do with them? So first, you need to be able to reach out to those hackers. So you should talk to your college administration. They very likely have a list of high school emails because as a college, that's their primary market. So ask them for that. And if they say no, once again, you can default to your state department. So this time, talk to your Department of Education. They should also have that list available. So once you have those emails, you need to write an email to them. So what does a good email to the high schools have? Well, so they should have all the normal event details, like that there's going to be what a hackathon is. That's a really big one. So if you think about it, a lot of these people aren't going to be super technical, or they'll have very little technical experience, so you need to explain to them in detail what a hackathon is. It's very likely that you will have an administration reject the proposal of coming to your hackathon just because they think that they're sending their students to an event to train someone to hack. And that's not what you want. You want them to be judging your hackathon on the merits of it. After that, you should go into all the details for student safety and comfort. So some of the big ones are that food and supervisors will be there the entire weekend. This is an MLH no-brainer, but your high schools, once again, likely won't know this, so make sure you put that in there. You want to list out that you're going to have separate sleeping rooms based on gender and age, so high school or non-high school. This doesn't seem like it's a big deal, but really it's a good way to go a long distance with parents and your administration. It just makes them feel more comfortable, and it makes people more willing to come. So this third point is something I really think is a good one. So if you have a high school at your event, you need to require that if they leave the event, they inform one of your organizers, who then informs the parents. That'll protect not only you as your event from anything that happens while they're not at the event, but it will make the parents feel more comfortable. And finally, once again, check your state and local laws. So finally, one of the biggest things that Hack K-State did is we treated the high schoolers just like they were any other hackers. And I think this is a very, very vital point. We had a high school team win our hackathon because of that, in my opinion. You just let them sit down and they get to hack and they get to focus on that instead of anything else that may be going in your life. And really quickly, Sean from Equals Equals, if you're here, you should wave. I was talking to him yesterday, and he gave me this wonderful idea. So something that Hack K-State has had an issue with is that we have all these high school hackers who come into the community, and they're really pumped and really excited and passionate about hackathons. So they come up to me and say, hey, Ashley, where can we go next? And I'm like, okay, well, there's this MLH list. You guys should check it out. But a lot of the events don't currently support high school students. And so that's one of the reasons I'm here. I want to get you guys to bring in more high schoolers because they're going to be an active, engaged member of your community. And so Sean and I were talking, and he's like, so when these students come up to me, what else can I say to them? Well, I should work with those students and see if I can build a mentorship relationship to bring them into the community of organizers and help them start an event at their high school. And I hope to employ that at Hack K-State. Thank you, Sean. So, and finally, thank you all for being here. It's really great. And if you would like any of the materials that Hack K-State has developed over the last 3 years, any of the forums or anything that we've built up for that, or if you have any questions, feel free to email me. Thanks.